Hi, this is Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. This is a daily reading for um, July 7th. Today is the 777 Gateway Activation Day. It is July 7th and 2023 adds up to be a 7 as well. So it is a 777 Activation Day. So that is definitely tied to the divine feminine as that is happening in the sign of Cancer. Um, I have also been channeling, and last night, Archangel Jophiel came in, which is the counterpart to Archangel Metatron. And then this morning, we had Archangel Chamuel, which is the Archangel of Love. So we have those two archangels with us today. So they are going to help Celia and I with the guided messages. So today, the message will be from Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Chamuel, Celia, and I'm just being the conduit. I'm just here. They're all doing their thing through me. I was meditating this morning, and yesterday I got a message that the archangels want to start working with us. So I told Dave, apparently over the next week we're going to be visited by many of the different archangels, and apparently the ones for I heard 2 a day. So so today we have Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Chamuel coming to give messages to the divine feminine, messages of love, messages from the heart. We very much heard it was very a heart-centered message. And I was reminded that when initially when I began reading tarot, and that became part of my path, reading tarot and oracle cards, initially it was just for myself. And the very, very first deck I got was this angel messages from your angels. The very first one, this one. And I used it as a daily deck for a couple of years. I was really pretty consistent on using this deck. And I've kind of gotten away from it, but Celia said today, and with the archangels, we pulled them out today. The next deck that I got after that was this goddess deck, which is they're both by Dorian Virtue, who is no longer making cards. So I'm not sure if you can even get either of those decks. I know the Romance Angels from her you can no longer get. So they're just so they've been on my path for since like 2016. We got them. So today with today being a 7/7 activation date, we are using the goddess deck, and we are using the messages from your angels deck. So when and we are working on messages of love today. Celia says we got the celestite out to, I've been using that to help my dreams. And it's funny because when I first got it, I was like really called to that rock, and I didn't know why I was so called to it. We saw it, and then the next day I had to go back, and I'm like, Dave, I have to go get this rock. This crystal I really has been calling me. And we found out that celestite means heavenly. And about a week before that, I found out that Celia means heavenly. So we feel like we are being pulled in the path of more channeling the angels. So we were working on a little bit our mediumship, and we still are with this. But with our mediumship, we were channeling people that had passed, and that isn't always my favorite energy to channel. So I'm going to work on channeling the angels. I really enjoy that. I enjoy, Celia's great. She says she is not one of the archangels. She is collective energy, divine presence. It's funny because when I do my cards, I say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and she says she's more of the Holy Ghost in that trinity of things, that more of, she's more of the collective of all. So we get a lot of things with that. So we are going to, anyway, we are going to start channeling the angels. So, apparently over the next week, we're going to have a couple of different archangels with us every day. So today, our messages of love and divine empowerment. So with that, we are using the messages from your angels, and she said we're gonna set them up here. The messages from your angels, and then the goddess deck. So get those there. Okay. So those are the decks we are using today. We're going to begin with a general message for the 7/7 gateway portal today. She said we're just going to shuffle a little bit now. Apparently she wanted us to talk about the angels. So we are going to be working with the angels. So we are going to get a goddess card, and then we are going to get a messages from your angel card. So. And the card that wanted to come out is the card of Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So, focused intention. We love that. We love focused intention. And the bottom of the deck is the Sedna card, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So, we'll take that energy as well. Definitely beautiful. And then we are going to get some messages from the angels as well. What message needs to come out today from the angels? And the message that want to come out is Oceana. Take action. You're in touch with your truth of the situation, and you need to trust in your gut and your lovingly assert yourself. So both are about taking focused with that focused intention, you take the inspired action you're guided to. So really, like today, we're doing very inspired action. And the bottom of the deck is the Azure card. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. So no, everything is happening in divine timing. And as you are, as you are guided to do something, do it. This deck personally here, when I got this deck, you know what? This is the first deck I started reading intuitively with. So we are going back to a lot of my first from way back in 2016. So what energy, where were you at in 2016, 2017? Drop in the comments below, where were you during that time? Because today has definitely called me back to that period of time, to 2016. We're clearly using the cards from then. I'm being called back to the angels, which is where I began my journey, was, messages from the angels. So she's like all a divine circle. So you're going to see what the current energy is. The Eight of Pentacles doing the work, definitely. And that's crossed by the Justice card, which are the contracts. Are you working on your karma? Are you working on your soul contracts? Are you, every day we're given the opportunity to work on those or not. You get the choice. You can work on them a little, or you can work on them a lot. The bottom foundation card is the Eight of Swords. So we feel like sometimes maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Are you feeling a little overwhelmed sometimes does the shadow work ever end? Does the dark night of the soul ever stop? Honestly, it does. We'll just tell you, it does stop. It does get better. And really just, if you've been doing a lot of the shadow work, you know what? say, I want to take a little break. I've been doing a lot. I want to, I want a little break. You know, sometimes Dave and I are really doing it. And sometimes I'm like, all we seem to be doing is doing the work. Can we take a little break? So it part of doing the work is taking the break from the work. Do you understand that? Giving it time to integrate. You've done the work. Okay, let's give that energy time to kind of gestate and come around. So we feel like, eights are about a number of infinity as well. Because everything happens in the divine timing. And as you do the work, you have to also let the time for integration happen. So we invite you the next week. Let stuff integrate. If you've been doing a ton of karmic work, working on, where is, what are my patterns? What am I working on? Take a little break. Say, okay, let's integrate this energy of what I've learned. Let's see where we can go forward now. In the recent past, the 9 of Swords, that 9, she's like, we're in that 9 is the past. And that 9 is that waking up in the middle of the night, getting the messages, getting the wisdom, gaining the knowledge. I don't know how I know this. I just know it. I don't know what's going on. I just feel something's off with that, that are you having more gut feelings? Are you getting awakened in the middle of the night? I know I've been sleeping a lot better, but at like 4 o'clock today, right at 4 o'clock on the dot, boom, I was up and I'm like, Seal, because we're really working on our dreams as well. So it's like, can I get a little more sleep? And we slept a little longer, so it was nice. But yeah, getting woken up and getting a message in the middle of the night. When you get woken up, ask. I do that. I'm like, okay, what are we up for? Sometimes I'll come do cards. Sometimes I'll do whatever. Today I'm just like, okay, what do I need to have awareness of? And she was letting me know the awareness of cycles and patterns and, things are on. And she's like 7. So where were you 7 years ago? Because 7 years ago was 2016. 7 years ago. So an activation of what were you doing 7 years ago? The awareness of that. Because today it was this morning, it was all about 7. So in 2016 is 7 years ago. And trying to see those things that happened then from a higher perspective now. You know what? Sometimes when we're in the middle of something, things are really hard and but from those things in time, you have to see that they were a blessing in disguise. Of things that had happened. I was going through my dark night of the soul 7 years ago. I was like, okay, my life's changing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, my life was in this phase. So are you having this phase right now? We feel like a lot of people that are really been coming online in the last year or two are really in this phase of the dark night of the soul. Are you having that? Are you having this time of awakening, enlightenment? And if you are, the focused intention is what makes me happy. And so he's like, what makes you happy? And decide, are you a people pleaser? Are you, where are you focusing your intention? Are you focusing on yourself? Are you focusing on other people? Where are you focused? Are you focused in lack? If you're focused in lack, we're here to tell you there's infinite supply coming. The desired outcome you want's coming. Infinite supply is coming. Sometimes this path is a scary journey. You never know where it's going to take you. Honestly, you never know. You just got to take it one day at a time because this time is coming. We are at a time when it's a critical time of this awakening. Many more people are coming online. So as you're working on your enlightenment, just know that we're working on this. So you know what? We can teach other people. Are you ready? I hear it's time to teach. The current environment is the 4 of Wands, the 1111. Are you being called to this 1111? Do you realize that is the work? The 1111 is about self-integration. Truly, the twin flame thing is you have to have the balance of your masculine and your feminine energy between you. And really, that is so important to find the balance. That she's like, that is the work on finding the balance. How other people see you is the Page of Pentacles. which is having a new message. Are you speaking a new way to people? Are you coming a little more heart-spaced in the 3D? Are you being more generous? Because like he's got a great big pinnacle he's offering somebody. Are you offering love? Are you being generous? Because we feel like it's a great time to offer help. Your time is valuable. My time is valuable, and I can't help it. She's like the peacock is there, which is a sign of abundance that's coming. And know that everything is going to be taken care of in the divine time. Sometimes we think, how can I leave my 3D job and do this? But you know what? Everything works out. Infinite supply. I hear we're not trucking it in from anywhere. Your hopes and fears, that 2 of Cups. She said that 2 of Cups is that integration of the masculine and the feminine. Are you ready to integrate that? Because as you integrate it, the masculine will also be integrating that towards them as well, if you're looking for that relationship. And we get our third A, which is the 8 of Cups for the outcome, walking your spiritual path, and know that it's time to do that. And she said, the 8 right now we're missing is the 8 of Wands. The messages coming in, but they're coming in because there's the Page of Wands, there's the Page of Cups. We have the Strength card, which is about Leo time. Leo's coming soon. We're about to be, today we're in that 7-7 portal. Leo, that's like that 8-8 portal that's coming. So what do you want to change in the next month? What would you like to bring into your life? What chaos would you like to release to bring in this infinite supply? And she said with that 8 of Wands being missing, you have to ask for those messages. This morning before this video, we went out and we played the bowls a little bit, and we called in Archangel Chamuel and Archangel Jophiel and asked them to work with Celia and I today, because we feel we are being the messenger. And she's like, we're definitely being guided. Like here, two being called in today to work with Source. Because Source, is that higher strength, is the higher power right there to help bring some clarity to all the confusion going on. Do you have a lot of confusion going on? Or are you not sure of which way to go? Because it looks like it could be a little here and there. And with that, it's saying pick your focused intention. And we're honestly telling you the best intention to really have, be happy. So he's like, be happy. That is honestly, that is the best advice we could give anybody. Be happy. Come from a place of love. Are you being generous and kind to others? Because now is definitely the time when everybody needs that assistance. And she said, there's one page missing, and that's the Page of Swords. And you know what? Sometimes he's the one not holding sharing his message. Sometimes he's holding that back. And, she said, we did just go through that Gemini time, where a lot of times there's things we're not seeing. But with what this spread's showing is it's time to spread the message. It's time to share your knowledge. It's time to share your gifts, and have a really focused intention. Like our new intention, we're stating it. We are intending to work with the angels. That's where we're being guided to. So our new intention is channeling the angels. So, welcome to the new part of our journey. Where are you wanting to go on your journey? That's our intention. We just put it out there, to anyone watching. So what is your, where would you like your phase of the next phase to go? Where, we've been working on we've been thinking about doing a mediumship event. And now with the archangels wanting to work with us, we've been told that we are supposed to be working on channeling the angels. So we are going to do a mediumship event where we are channeling angel messages. So that is the daily message for today, 7/7, for this activation, because it is July 7th and it is 2023, which 2023 adds up to be a 7. So we end up in this beautiful energy of the divine feminine. Archangel Jophiel, is Archangel Metatron's counterpart. The that is the balancing of the energy. So we would like to say hello to those joining us today. Hi, Julie. Hi, Pooja. How are you both doing today? And as anyone else comes in, please just drop a comment. Let us know you're here and what your question is, and then we will go from there. And yeah, Pooja, where were you? What was going on in your life in 2016? We are doing super good. The archangels are wanting to work with us. So we're really excited about that. So today we're using the goddess cards and we're using the messages from the angels card. We're doing super well. Dave's home today, working from home, so that always makes us excited when he's in the house. So, and I see that we are very sorry to hear that about that for you, Pooja. About in 60, very like. So Pooja, she said we're starting with you. She said, do you got a question? Or do you just want angel guidance? We're using the angel messages card and the goddess cards today because of the 7/7 portal, which is about, we heard divine feminine activation. Okay. And we heard we're going to start, that's like our new, she said it's funny because this is where we started and this is the new direction we're headed in. So that you know, sometimes you get discernment. You have to know what you don't want to know what you do want. So we've done a lot of things, and we occasionally channel somebody that's passed, because that's a strong energy. But overall, that's probably not my favorite thing to do. So love channeling Celia. The angels are really good. They're real high vibe. They're real happy. So we're going to start working with the angels. Yeah. So we're like, okay, we're embracing it. So, because we were really going to do a mediumship event. And so he's like channeling angel messages. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to have an online event of that. So like we started with angels, and it's just odd that we're back to them. I was called to my crystal here, which also means heavenly. Celia means heavenly. So I don't know how many more like arrows pointing to the angels and heavenly I need. So sometimes I'm a Taurus and I'm stubborn. So you got the message. Got it. Got the message. So he's like, we got it. And Pooja, you get the cards of Shanti, which is, I am an angel of peace. I bring tranquility and a smoother road ahead. And then you get the card of, I'm just not going to find it, Azure, which is, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. So divine timing. So, and I can't help but seeing, the lion and the lamb there. And the bottom of the deck is Sonia. I bring you a message from a deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So, hey, Pooja, that was for you. Apparently, yes. Yes. Is always around you. You can always ask and talk. If you're not talking to him, talk to him. Like my mom rings those chimes all the time. Me and Dave will be sitting there and I'll say something and like it'll ring and my mom will be like, yes. I have another set of chimes. When it rings, that's like, we have that for our Celia messages. Yeah, this card is literally saying he loves you. It's literally because it's funny because we were just talking about, we're not working on that channeling anymore. So he's bringing you his own message. We're not bringing it. He said he's okay. It's kind of funny because we were just like, we're channeling the angels. Just, we want to be like angels, like only the angels. So yes. And as far as your spiritual path goes, everything is going to get a little easier. Trust in the divine timing. But yes, definitely, like, yes, he's like wants to like connect with you. Like, I just heard that like you got a message about ask the angels. Like, we hear that's the best dang angel you could have. Like, are you talking to him? Like, I talk to my mom all the time. I talk to Celia all the time. Like, we have things for that. I'll just say, my dad's around. I'm drinking iced tea. When I'm drinking iced tea, my dad's like in my presence. So what's it for you? Like, the iced tea was always my dad. That was always, since I was a little kid, the iced tea was my dad. So, and when I was with Dave, I did not drink iced tea. I have not drank iced tea. My dad passed away, and I'm like the iced tea queen now. So, yes, your dad is there in the collective, because once we pass away, our soul is everlasting. We go back to the collective. We are all a shard of God. God is, and we are just all little pieces. But when we go back to Him. All of us. So, like, my mom, like, ask for a sign from Him specifically. Like, we were doing it with the wind chimes, and I'm like, because we have a big set of wind chimes, and when my mom agrees with me, like, she'll ring those chimes. Like, there'll be no wind, and those chimes will start ringing. And we have a different set that's Celia, and like, but people that have passed are just not in the physical. They're not gone. They are not gone. They're just actually more easily to be everywhere. Yeah, not gone. Yes, like my mom, I talk to my mom like my window, I always keep my window in my office open. You'll hear my wind chimes blowing all the time. I'll be like, oh, my mom has got a message. Like, and like when I, like, a lot of times I don't drink tea, but when I do that, Yes. Yes, Julie, absolutely. And I'll say, I believe in God, but a lot of people have their own higher power. So I say source or universe because I don't want to offend anybody. When I say that, that offends people because I'm not trying to offend people. But Dave's found a really nice church that is working with he's a very spiritual, he brings the spiritual message to the religious aspect of it, and I actually can resonate with some of his stuff because he believes, he was talking about the dark night of the soul on the planet right now, that the planet is going through the dark night of the soul. Like, yeah, like I did my mom, and that's how the chime started doing it. So totally, yeah, I believe and totally believe that we are everlasting souls, and when we're not in a physical body, we are back in collective consciousness, part of the one. So, Julie or Pooja, he wants to talk to you. So ask him for a sign. Like I said, my dad's like, if he's around me, I'm drinking iced tea. I get that nudge, I want iced tea. So that was a message for you, Pooja. Julie, can we get to your message? Thank you for joining us today. You are very welcome, and definitely, Pooja, he's definitely trying to connect with you. And it's just funny that we started out saying we were trying not to channel, we are, Actually, we are no longer being the vessel for that. Like, he had to give you his own specific message. We are not doing, right now, we're not being the vessel for that. Julie, you haven't made any mistakes in the past because everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen. For you to learn that lesson, and sometimes, we have to have a lesson. I'm a Taurus, so I can be stubborn. So we're gonna get a angel message for you, Julie. But so you said, like, no mistakes. Everything's for a reason. Like, I got in a car accident, which is what really started a lot of the stuff on my path. Had I not been working that Saturday, had I not been there, I wouldn't have been there. But then I wouldn't have went into therapy. I wouldn't have found out I had a gift in my hands, and I wouldn't be here now. But so, no mistakes. And that is like, my whole crown's like, so, message for Julie. Julie, we feel Archangel Chamuel is like, Julie, how are you talking to yourself? How are you showing yourself love? Because, like, I'm like, I hear, how is your self-love? How are you doing that? How are you feeling it? How are you expressing it? Are you beating up on yourself? And the card that want to come out for you is the Archangel Gabriel card, which I will just say, in the beginning, I worked with Archangel Gabriel a lot, because you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So, Julie, we are saying, call in Archangel Gabriel to work with you. He's going to help you work on your self-talk. Yes. But I would call in Archangel Gabriel. Like, you got the card. It's saying Archangel Gabriel wants to work with you. Talk to yourself in a loving, how's your love? How's your self-love? Yes. 2 L's and an E. Gabrielle. Spelled a couple of different ways. Yes, that's like definitely throat chakra. So, Julie, what do you have in your third house planet-wise? Do you know your birth chart? Do you know your birth time? Where is Gemini in your chart? What's in your third house? Where is your Gemini? Because that's definitely like communication, but all the air signs are about communication, but Gemini's like super important. And we feel definitely like a throat chakra activation. So, yeah, work with Archangel Gabriel. See if you can't work on, okay, a couple of throat chakra techniques you can work on. One is a sound of kind of clearing your throat, projecting a sound, or you can well, third house is about communication and Gemini is about communication. And that card said you had an important mission as a communicator. So something about that is important. But do you sing or do you hum? Because like we did a mediumship event and we got a technique, and Dave is kind of resistant, and Celia says you would be resistant. So we're going to give you the alternative technique that we do with Dave. We have him do like a toning sound or a humming to kind of clear your throat chakra. You can hum loud, or you can, if you can do a project the sound, would be really good. Hum a song, or just like a tone like Dave will play the bowl and then try to hum along with that like tone of it. But like we feel like that humming would be really good to open your throat chakra. And apparently work with Archangel Gabriel. So I do too. Dave plays them for me, and they are amazing. I'm trying to get him to do a little more of that because we find it very beneficial. Like that was one of the things that probably helped my overall progression with my meditation with Celia. Was Dave used to play the bowls for me for an hour every day the first year. Like literally, I'm always trying to be like, come on, play the bowls. The other day I got the drum on. I'm like, here, I need some drum. Because he does the shamanic drumming too, which is phenomenal. So I'm going to try to get him to post some videos about that. So we'll give him another gentle reminder. But the bowls are great. Maybe the next time he plays for me, I'll just record him. That way I get a bowl session. So sounds like a good idea to me. So, hi, Miss Dorothy. How are you doing today? We are doing goddess messages and angel messages. Due to it's the 7/7 gateway today. So definitely divine feminine energy. So we have Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Chamuel with us today, giving messages as well. They're messages of divine inspiration, feminine power, opening your throat chakra. So, you are very welcome. And Julie, try the humming. Hold on. Julie, do you do chanting? I hear chant. So I hear like a chanting. Do you do chanting? I know some religions do that, and I just hear chanting. So Celia's like chanting, the word chanting. So yeah. Do you do it out loud? Or is it something you verbalize? Because I know we have told Android Guy that is a very important part of his mission, and we feel like that may be part of yours as well. Have you ever thought of recording it? But doing it, I hear it like being, so you like project it, like, but I hear chanting and I hear projecting. So, I don't know. So, yes, do the humming. Try to do some of it verbally, like. And Julie, are you keeping all that trauma and pain bottled up? Are you sharing it? Are you speaking it with somebody? Have you talked to somebody about it? We're asking that because also Archangel Gabriel sometimes about needing to, Here, I have a question. Julie, you're in India, correct? We hear. Julie, you're in India, right? I think Pooja's in India too. Maybe you girls should be friends. Pooja's in India. If you and Pooja would like to exchange information, you can both send your information to me and I'll send it to the other. But we feel like, yes. But we feel like you guys could be friends. We feel like you have a soul connection beyond the channel is what I'm hearing. Yes. So you're saying like part of each other's lives in some way. So I don't know. Dorothy, are you still here? So he says. Miss Dorothy, are you still around? Thank you, Julie. Have a wonderful day. And I think I've gotten everybody, so I am going to take a break and I will be back later. I hope everyone has the most wonderful day. It is a beautiful 7/7 activation day. Light and love to all. Bye.